Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is once again a Yohnee Moode message, and I am Yohnee Moode. So, getting right into it. Today's video is called Understanding the Great Commission. Understanding the Great Commission. And I said this in one of my other videos. I have notes. I'm outside today, which is different for me. I'm outside and it feels so good out here. Might be a little loud, so hopefully you can hear me. There's a highway right back there, and the trucks are a lot louder than I thought they were. So anyway, let's get started. Number one in understanding the Great Commission is that it flows out of the greatest command. The greatest command in Matthew 22 is where Jesus says that the greatest command is that we love the Lord our God with all our heart, our mind, and our soul. And the second was that we love our neighbor as ourselves. And so the Great Commission, which was in Matthew 28, and that's where Jesus told the disciples, he was getting ready to leave to go back to his Father. And he said, I'm sending you out as sheep among wolves. And then he said, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And then he told them, don't worry about it. I'll be with you while you do that. I will be with you. Okay? So again, the Great Commission flows out of the greatest command, which is to love the Lord your God and to love your neighbor, because if you love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul, then you're going to want to obey him and do what he said to do. And he said to go therefore and preach to the world, letting them know what it is I've said. And if you love him, then you'll do that. God's love language is obedience. And so loving him is doing what he said. And one of the things he said as it relates to the Great Commission is to go. And then also it flows out of the greatest commandment, because he said, second to loving God is loving your neighbor as yourself. And if you love your neighbor as yourself, then you'll want your neighbor to have what you have. And that is Jesus. Yes. All right. Number two. The Great Commission is about proclaiming the gospel to all people, everybody. Matthew 28, he says, to all people. Yes. In some versions, that is translated all peoples, all nations, all tongues. He wants everybody to know about him. We're to preach the gospel to everybody. Number three, it's about teaching them what God says. Again, this is from Matthew 28. He says, teaching them to observe all that I have told you. It's not about your opinion and how you think the gospel should be. It's not about how you think they should live their lives and what they should be doing. It's about what he said. What he said in that book, teaching them to observe all that I have taught you. Number four, it's about making disciples. Yes, it's about making disciples, sharing the love of God with the world, teaching them what God says so that they become disciples, followers of Christ, not followers of us individually in our agenda and our platform, but followers of Jesus Christ, the unadulterated truth of Jesus. And then lastly, number five, it's about demonstrating, after making disciples, it's about coming together as a fellowship of disciples who demonstrate the love and character of God to the world. Yes. In John, he said in the 13th chapter, and I think it's the 35th verse, that people will know you're my disciples by the way you love each other. That's how they know. And so the fifth point in understanding the Great Commission is that we want to create disciples that fellowship together and demonstrate the love and the character of God to the world, so that they know, oh, those people belong to God because, wow, look how they love on each other, and then look how they love us. All right? Yay. All done. Thank you once again for joining me. It is truly a privilege to get to talk to you. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so below. Turn on notifications so I can let you know what's coming next. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.